It's really important for me to just be blank, just to react to the what bowler goes, and once that happens, I think fours and sixes comes. But if you keep thinking about scoring fours and sixes, it will never come. The key to my preparation is to keep things simple, not to overthink, because I think as a player I have understood that this is something which suits me, because if I overthink or overplan my stuff, probably I don't really react to the ball the way I want to. What I look for in practice is feel. I really want to feel good about my batting. So that is something I look for in the practice. I understand, okay, today I'm not feeling good, so I probably might practice a bit more. Sometimes I get a good feel in half an hour, so I'll just come off the net. And so yeah, depends on how I feel or how I time the ball. Even in practice, I don't really want to complicate stuff there as well. I pay a lot of attention to all the bat angles, swings, because I've understood over a period of the time that I feel good about my batting when I get all of those things right. In those ways, I really am big on watching my videos. So if I don't feel well, I really go back. I watch my videos of batting which I batted really well. I see where my stance has changed or what is happening, what is going wrong. And as I said, it's always that I find some sort of change. It's really important for me to just be blank, just to react to the what bowler goes, and just let your mind and the body just react to the ball. And once that happens, I think fours and sixes comes. But if you keep thinking about scoring fours and sixes, it will never come. When I'm playing to spinners, I try to, if I have to hit for a six, I know that I cannot really rely just on timing from the crease. I really have to step out. So that's the tweak which I do. Probably step out and try to get a force going, because when you step out, you really get I think 40% force going. And I know I'm just a timer of the ball. I cannot hit big, so I really want those things to be correct. And I think in pace bowlers, I really rely on timing. I just want to look at my areas and just try to time the ball, because there's space already on the ball. You just have to really place the ball where you want to, and that makes life easy. With, I think, the Spectacom technology, it gets easier because you have the data of the batting which you've done in previous practice sessions where you felt better, so you can just really compare. And for me as a player, I think these technology will definitely help me find consistency, because if I have not timed the ball, if I have timed the ball even 20%, I'll get the data, because sometimes coach also will try and tell you that okay, no worries, it's fine, but the technology will give you actual numbers. So it's good to understand your game better. So in that sense, I think technology is going to help a lot of players to find consistency. I would say Sophie Devine. Dottin hits them well, and now recently I think Shefali Verma really hits them far and well. And of course Harmanpreet Kaur. I think all these four are good power hitters in women's cricket. I think Sangakkara sir, I've grown up watching his videos of batting and tried to copy a lot of him, but didn't get it. But yeah, Sangakkara sir. Depends on, like, if pacer is bowling, I would try to whack it from the crease itself. But if spinner is bowling, for sure step out, because I don't really have that confidence to hit a spinner from the place for six. To read the bowler's mind, of course, like if I know what the bowler's gonna bowl, that'll make my life easier. I think batter should get 2 chances. I'll speak as a batter. No, that shouldn't change. But yeah, if I get a second chance, that would be great. In intelligent, invisible, and I would say essential.